Welcome back, everybody, to Satisfactory Update 8. My name is Tom, and this is episode number 25. In today's episode, we are going to be automating modular frames. So with that said, guys, let's get started with episode number 25. So let's take a look at the Satisfactory calculator and take a peek at what I'm going to do here with the modular frames. Okay, so the modular frames should be up on your screen, and I'm looking to automate the 5 per minute modular frames using a very unique recipe. We're going to be using reinforced iron plates and screws. If we take a gander over to the recipes, you can take a look that we have multiple types of ways we can be automating the modular frames. The standard way is to use the reinforced iron plates and the iron rods, but we're not going to do that because that only gives me 2 modular frames per minute. Why not do the bolted frame? This will give me 2 modular frames per 24 seconds. Okay. That is going to cut down on how long it takes to automate these modular frames. So that is the recipe I'm using, bolted frames. So let's take a look at the recipe here, guys. So we have 5 modular frames here, and we have already automated the reinforced iron plates. We can split those off from the reinforced iron plate factory and then bring them right into the modular frames. So we do have to automate some screws, and we need 230 screws, 57.5 iron rods, 125 iron ingots, 125 iron ore. In the intro, guys, I went and collected the blue power slugs, and we have overclocked the miner to 150 items per minute on the iron ore. So that should be enough, plenty enough to begin automating these screws. So guys, let's take a look here, and we need 4 smelters, 4.2 to be precise. And so that means we're gonna have to do some overclocking or just build an extra smelter, just make this 5. And then we need 3.9 constructors for the iron rods. We could do 4, and then 6 of the constructors for the screws. And then we need 2.3 for the iron plates, and we might as well just round that up to 3. And yeah, we'll be overproducing some of these components, but we can underclock any of these that we like. Okay, and then 1.5 of the reinforced iron plates. And then, yeah, the bolted frames. So this will give me 2 bolted frames for every 24 seconds. I believe that is what that says here. So let's switch back to the game here and begin the construction of the modular frames. I'm going to bring back the interface here, and let's hit N and type in modular frames. And yeah, here is the recipes here. So this is 2 modular frames. This is 5 per minute. And this is 5 per minute. This is the alternate recipe 1. This is taking 56 screws. So what's the difference here? I can't tell because this says 5 per minute and 2 per minute. Okay, there it is. All right, so the alternate recipe says 5 per minute, and then the original one says 2 per minute. Oh, okay, excellent. So that makes a lot of sense. So let's get started with this factory. I have begun deconstructing the old factory. Yeah, we got to clean this all up, guys. So, wow, let's create another factory for the modular frames. I am going to head over to the build menu, and I am going to grab the, under the organization tab, the lookout tower. Okay, let's take a look at what we can do here with the spacing we have. Okay, ooh man, this boulder is definitely in the way. And this is in the way as well, so we are working with minimum space here. I think the farthest we can go out here is going to be here. All right, so this is our pathing here. And to mark that out, I'm just going to delete all of this foundation like that. Excellent. So let's switch back to the Factorio, or we call it the Satisfactory calculator, and we need to start off by automating the iron ingots. So that means we need 4.2 smelters, and I'm going to do 5 and then underclock one of them. Okay, guys? So let's work with the 5 smelters. Okay, so let's cycle through the hotkeys here, and I want to build a smelter. Well, actually, we should probably... Well, this is going to be the basement floor for the storage, so we need to switch to the wall here, the basic wall, and we're going to go up 2. And let's grab the storage container. And I think, yeah, that is plenty of room. So we'll do 2. And as I go about doing this, guys, I want to make sure that the spacing works for the catwalks. Okay, so obviously I want to have a catwalk that is going to align with my foundation. So here we go, we got the catwalk, and we could cycle through all the variations here. So we could press E, and we're looking for the catwalk stairs. Yes. Well, before we do that, we actually need to grab the, here we go, the catwalk crossing. So if I place a couple here, and then maybe I switch back to the catwalk stairs. Okay, so that looks like it's going to align, potentially. Yeah, that's... Let's place one more down here. Okay, excellent. So far, so good. This is aligning to the foundation. This is exactly what I'm looking for. In the rotor factory, I did not have this knowledge, and so now with the knowledge, I can begin improving the design of the factory, making sure everything looks very nice. So with that done out of the way, we can delete this. Okay, so what I'm going to do, guys, is I am going to lay the foundation for the smelters, and then I'll be right back to show you what I have laid out. Welcome back, everybody. Let's take a look at what I have set up here at the modular frame factory. So here we go. I have routed the iron ore here, and I have all of the power shards in here. Give me 150 iron ore per minute. That is being filtered in through the wall hole up into the conveyor lift Mark II. And if we head up on the stairs, you could take a look. I placed all of these catwalks right along each floor so that I can scale up to the desired floor that I'm looking for. And I have another catwalk stairs here. I extended the foundation out just a bit so that I can place in my walls just outside of the catwalks. So there is no clipping going on. And as you can see, look at all the space we have here. All right, so I can walk next to the catwalk. There is no clipping, plenty of room for me to scale this factory. Boy, this factory is looking really nice already. This is definitely going to be the best looking factory so far in the playthrough of Satisfactory. So excellent. I have set the boundary for the walls, placed down the basic catwalk foundation, and we are going to use this recipe to scale the factory as we continue to add the floors. Let's take a look at what I did with the smelters. So here we are at this end of the factory. We have routed up the iron ore. Actually, now that I take a look at this, this is being routed in the wrong direction. So I'm going to delete this and delete that conveyor lift. Let's switch back to the Mark II conveyor lift, and what I'm going to do is do something like this. Okay, and then what we can do is route in the iron ore, and let's get this perfect 90 degrees. Okay, there it is. So the iron ore is being routed up from the basement, and then we are using the splitters to split off all of the iron ore into the smelters. That's going to create the iron ingots that we need. And again, this is 30 per minute, so 30 times 5, you guys can do the math. That is how much I am producing of the iron ingots. And then on the other side, guys, I have set up all of the mergers that will accept all of the iron ingots. And we're going to filter those out over here on this side of the factory. So guys, that is the first floor completed. Oh, this is looking so nice. So the next stage here is to add the next floor for the screws. Okay, we still have to worry about how we're going to get the reinforced iron plates in here. That's going to be interesting, but I will figure it out. So let's begin the next floor for the screws. So I am going to work with the wall here. So again, I placed a wall right outside of the catwalks. So I am going to do something like this. And the best way to lay down the foundation when there's catwalks is to go from the outside, is what I found. Or you could just simply lay down the foundation first before you do the catwalk so that it snaps easily. Okay, there's that side, and let's do this side too since we're at it. I think I want to go... Boy, am I... Oh, there it is. I just had it. It's kind of... You gotta finesse it a bit here, you know? And of course, it's just not ideal to work with the catwalks, but here we go. I got it. So we'll bring that down all the way to this end right here. There we go. And then I'm already seeing dilemma here. Ooh, that's kind of weird. So we can come like this. And then for this side, we could do something like this. Okay. And so if we go ahead and grab our wall, we can scale up like this. Okay, and yeah, that's how it's going to work. Yes, this is this is kind of interesting, but yeah, I'll work with it. And then we can grab this, and yeah, there we go. Okay, and so we're gonna have this little hole here in the factory. And then, yeah, I'll have to figure out how I can stylize this in the future. So with that established, let's begin going up to the next floor here. And I believe 3 walls high is going to work. Let's copy the foundation and let's drag it over. And yeah, that's some pretty good clearance there. Good. So again, the next step is then to, how do I want to do this? Well, I could place a catwalk here and do a switchback like that. Okay. So we're doing a switchback, and oh wow, this is a perfect place to do this. So we go up here, and is this aligned? Okay, yeah, that is pretty close to being good. And if I place that here, there we go. That is perfectly aligned. And then what I can do is carry that over like this. And so, yeah, we'll just continue to repeat this. This one will be deleted. And then this we can drag out. And then let's drag out the catwalks. I am working with the catwalk crossing. And yeah, that's gonna go right here. Okay, we can work with it. So guys, with that established, I'm going to lay down the next floor here, and then I'm going to set up the constructors for the screws. So I will see you on the other side. Welcome back, everybody. I have established the 3rd floor here, and I know in the last cut I said screws, I meant the iron rods. So here I got the 4 assembly machines producing the iron rods. And if we switch back over to the calculator, you can see we need 57.5 iron rods per minute. That's 3.9 constructors. Obviously, we can't get 3.9, so we're going to be overproducing on the iron rods. But again, guys, we can underclock these. Okay, and then we'll save on power. So the next step is to automate 230 screws per minute. That is 5.8 factories or constructors. And again, I'll place down to 6, and then we'll have to underclock one of the constructors. So let's switch back to the game here, guys, and let's take a look at what I did. So I routed the iron ingots up to the 3rd floor, which is now going into all of the assemblers producing the iron rods. And take a look at the floor here. I have the catwalk foundation set up here, and I'm going to show you what I did here. So I have the catwalk stairs all set, and I actually had to go to the Awesome Shop to unlock another component to this factory. So let me show you what I did unlock. So I am going to reveal the interface, and let's head over to the foundation. I unlocked the half foundations, okay? And the reason I needed to do that is because I wanted to fill this gap here. So if I delete this, you can see I have this major gap here. And if I take a full down foundation, it's going to cover up the catwalk. But with the half foundation, I can do this. Okay, and so this gives me this perfect entrance into the factory. And so I did that on this side and of course on the other side, and then I built up the catwalks. And yeah, we can come up here and take a look at that, guys. This is looking great. So what I can do is copy this half foundation. I'm going to snap it like that. And then we can extend the catwalk like this. Okay. So that is looking really good, guys. And I also did the other side here. So yeah, this is looking so awesome. I am so proud of this factory. So I have the iron ingots. They're being routed up through the conveyor lift. And if we go over here, the iron ingots are passed up and through the constructors producing the iron rods. So man, I have a good start to this factory already. So the next step here, guys, is to add the next floor, which is going to be the screws. We're going to need what, 6 assembly machines, I think I said. So I am going to copy this wall, and we're going to go 3 up, and I actually think it's going to be 4 because of this pole here. So we're going to find that out real quickly here. Oh wow, yeah, that's actually going to clear it. Okay, that is good news. All right, so I can do 3 walls up, and then I can begin laying down the 4th floor, which is going to be the screws. So again, guys, I will place another cut in here. I'll add in all of the catwalks. I'll add in the next level of floors and some of the walls, and then I'll set up the assembly machines to the screws, or for the screws. I'll route up the iron rods into the constructor, and then we'll be automating those screws. And then from the screws, guys, all we have to do is do the, let's see, what are they called again? These guys right here, the modular frames. So that will be the last floor. We'll route those modular frames down to the basement, and then we need to figure out how we're going to get the reinforced iron plates over into this factory and up to the final floor to automate those modular frames. So guys, I'll place a cut in here, and then I will see you on the other side. Welcome back, everybody. Let's go over a couple of mistakes I made in the last cut. Well, one of them I would not consider a mistake, more of a misunderstanding. Let's switch over to the factorial calculator, and let's go over this real quickly here. So if we take a look at the calculator, you can see the first mistake is I assumed that I need 230 screws for the modular frames. But if you go over here and click on show details, you can see where all of the screws are going. So 90 screws are going into the reinforced iron plates, and then 140 of those are going into the modular frames. Okay, so if you combine 140 and 90, that's a total of 230 screws per minute. And I assumed, like I said, I assumed I need 230 for the modular frames, but really all I need is 140 screws for the modular frames. So I ended up deleting 6 of the constructors, and I put it down to 4 constructors. Now, I do realize that one of the routes that I could go here is, let's say I do 3 constructors, and then I use one of the constructors to overclock to get that 0.5. Or you could do what I'm doing now, is do 5 and then underclock. I'm not sure which way is the more efficient way. I really don't care, I guess, as long as it works and we're getting enough screws to the modular bolted frames. That is my end goal. So I did want to show you guys that and let you know that I do see what is going on here. And yeah, I made the adjustment to the screws. So with that said, guys, let's take a look at what I did with the top floor of the screws. So let's switch back to the game here. And Yeah, so I have 4 constructors producing the screws here, and it's routed up from the iron rods, and then it passes through the constructors, and then we're going to output the screws right over here. Okay, and then of course I laid down my catwalk perimeter. I added in the catwalk stairs. So let's take a look at what I did here. So yeah, so you walk up here, and usually there would be another catwalk that would go up here, and then on this side it would come up here, but they both really met right in the center here, and it created a V, and that looked really weird. So what I did is I put the catwalks on this side and on this side, so when you walk up here, it's unfortunate that you're not met with another catwalk stairs in front of you. You just have to turn around, go around, and then walk up. I don't think that is the best method here, but that's it is the best method with what I'm working with. So it's not ideal, but it's what I got to work with for now. Maybe I can place some rails that go along here. So there may be some little adjustments that I can make in the future. All right, and so we have 2 areas where we can get up, and here on that side and this side. And yeah, these are the screws, guys. These are the screws. So the screws are all done. Now we need to work on the final floor, which is the assembler. That's going to create the bolted frames. So I am going to set down the foundation here, and we'll carry that over like that, and there should be no clipping, which there is no clipping, so this is looking really good. And yeah, let's place down the foundation here. This is the final floor. I'll place down the assembler, and then we'll have to route up the reinforced iron plates, and that's going to be a challenge, I think. A challenge because I want it to look nice. Okay, so at least it's not going to be as difficult with the curved roads and elevation. All right, so guys, we have the next floor. That's it. Okay, so let's head up to the next floor. And so that means I need to add a catwalk to get up there. So what I'm going to do is copy this, and from this side we can go up, and we'll do 3 there, and then let's repeat it on the other side of the factory. Okay, like that. So there's 1, 2, 3, and this one is just 1, 2. And so let's correct this one. I think we can go up, we can go back 1 tile with this catwalk here. Okay, so it should be right here. There we go. Perfect. All right, let's head up. Let's delete this floor. The next step here is to go back down, and let's copy this half foundation. And let me show you how this works. So we're going to do a half foundation here. And then from here, I'm going to lock the hologram, and I'm going to nudge it back like this. Okay, so that's how that works. And we'll do that on this side. So let's delete this, copy the half frame foundation. We'll place it here, lock the hologram. Let's go back half a foundation. And just like that, guys, the catwalk stairs are already done. And then all we really have to do is we just nudge this over like so. There we go. Yes. And then let's do that on the other side like that. Okay, so we should be able to connect it and then use the zoot tool. And let's do it on this side as well. Yeah, this is always a tricky and particular situation I find myself in here, trying to get the catwalks to align. Okay, so guys, what I'm going to do is finish up the catwalks here. I'll place down the assembler, route up the screws, and then I'll show you what I have, and then we'll finish this episode with the routing of the reinforced iron plates. So I will see you on the other side. Welcome back, everybody. Let's take a look at what I did here at the top floor here. So, of course, I finished up the catwalks and the catwalk stairs. And yeah, I have routed the screws and the reinforced iron plates. The reinforced iron plates conveyor lift goes all the way down to the basement. And then this is the output of the modular frames, and that is routed all the way down to the basement. So if we jump off here, we can kind of take a look at what I did here. And it looks like I forgot to place one of these guys here. So let's place a floor hole here real quick. Okay. And yeah, there's the reinforced iron plates and the modular frames. We can delete some of this. Yep, there it is, guys. So we have routed everything besides the reinforced iron plates. So let's begin routing in the reinforced iron plates, and those are going to have to come up here. Okay. So it looks like we have a conundrum here. Uh-oh. That is going to be in the way. Ooh, wow. Everything has been going so smoothly with this build up until now. So we're going to have to route these in a different way, okay? So that is going to change here. So let's delete this, and we're gonna have to get 2 conveyor holes in the wall here. So let's click the wall, and can we cycle? Nope, we need to go over to the, what is it? The walls, yes, and we want a conveyor wall times 2. That is gonna go like this, okay? And then what I can do is route in the iron ore. Like that. Okay, that problem is solved. Let's figure out how we can get the reinforced plates in here. All right, so, wow, we are routing them out here, and oh my goodness, what an issue we have here. Well, let's see what I can do to address the situation here. So I'm going to delete all this real quick. Okay, so I need to align it there. So I'm going to head over to the splitter. Probably need a merger, right? So I will do something like this. Oh my goodness, that is off by... Is that off by 1 tile? I don't think so. Let's check it out. Oh, thank goodness, I thought it was. Okay, so that is good, and then all we need to do is route this right here. Well, guys, that was super easy. I didn't think it would be... Well, I thought it would be a bit more difficult than that. So I can copy this here. And we'll place a splitter here. And I think we're going to have to place a merger here. So let's switch to a merger. And it will be like this. Okay. And then let's belt this. Oh. We need a merger here. So that should go in. Oops, that's off one tile. Okay, right here. Yes. Okay, excellent. Let's belt this. So one in here. Then a belt in there, and then that should go through there. Then from there to there. And then, of course, we need to adjust this real quickly, which is going to be problematic here. So I am going to copy one of the walls here. Oh, yes. Is that... Oh, wow. Okay, that is going to align. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. And there we go. That comes out. And I'm going to have to use a double wall because if I use a single wall, it's going to center it. Okay, so yeah, it kind of sucks, but I could readjust everything here, but I don't think so. I'm fine with this. Okay, great. So now we can feed the reinforced iron plates out in both locations. Okay. The issue with this setup is that only the reinforced iron plates from this storage container is going to route through here and out over there. So yeah, that's the only bad side about this. I don't know how I would split it both ways. I'd have to think about that a little bit. Okay, so there we go. Let's route this up. So what we're going to do is grab a conveyor lift, and instead of placing the conveyor lift here, we'll place it right here. We'll delete this. Let's copy the conveyor lift. Bring it down. Good. And then let's cycle through our hotkeys and let's belt it. So this is the iron ore. That goes right in there, and then all we need to do is belt this over. Like this. Uh-oh, that's off a bit. Ooh. That's not good, guys. That is not good. Oh my goodness. Is there any way to do better on this? Let's head up and see if we can... I could come out. You know, I could do something like... I think it's gonna be something like that. Okay. And then, yeah, hopefully that's the solution. We're gonna find out, guys. Okay, right here. Hopefully that's it. I think it is, guys. Fingers crossed. All right, bring down the conveyor lift, reverse it, and will this go in? Oh, no, it needs to go over one more tile, I think. So right here. Okay, let's bring this down. This needs to go up like that. But there it is, guys. That is going to be it. Yep. Okay, let's quickly make this adjustment real quick. So that is going to go here. Yes, and then we delete this, delete this. That is going to go over one more tile like this. Okay, I might be... Boy. This needs to go over like this. Okay. And that all should connect. Yes. Now, can I bring the conveyor lift from here all the way through? Oh, would you look at that? I can do it. So we'll bring it up here like this. And reverse. And yeah, guys, that looks good. Right? And all we need to do is grab the conveyor lift. Okay, good. And yeah, that's going to go all the way up there. And then I can put the foundation back in place. Like this. And then we can head up here. Do this. And then from here, we can come out with our 90. And yeah, so reinforced iron plates and the screws are all routed in, and the frames are routed outward, and that is going right down to the basement. Guys, let's take a look at the factory. It is looking really good. This is by far the best looking factory I made so far. And guys, we're going to be automating 5 modular frames per minute, and that's going to go right into the basement. We're going to store those in containers, and I don't even know what these modular frames are used for. we're going to find out. So to top this off, what I'm going to do is head over to organization, and yeah, let's just, we can store in here, and yeah, that looks aligned. All right, and then we grab our belt. Oh, that is not aligned, guys. Let's try that again. Oops. All right, so we'll lock the hologram. We'll nudge it like this. Okay. That is centered. This needs to be nudged back and over like that. Perfect. And then in. And yeah, we're going to be storing the modular frames. Sweet, guys. We did it. Well, I mean, I did it. And yeah, guys, I did it in 1 episode, not 5 episodes like I did with the rotors. I thought I would do, you know, the long episodes for the rotor just to kind of take you through the process of building a factory. Now that you guys seen that process, I'm going to be speeding up the construction of factories moving forward. Now, if there's something very new that I do encounter, I will take you through that experience, guys. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the episode. Thank you for joining me in this episode. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I will place a little montage of the factory in the completed stage So enjoy it. You guys have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.